Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired chef from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest bread video. And following on from my last sourdough starter video, in this one I'll be making these simple but delicious sourdough crumpets. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on my website. I'll leave links at the end and under the video, or just click on the eye icon top right of the screen. Before I go any further, I'd like to give a quick shout out to this week's Patreon and PayPal donators, and they are Teague Escobar, Paul Summerhill, Ulrike Schweiss, Stephen Waterworth, Duncan Coots, Susan Clancy, Ronald Klimaszewski, Renee Decker, Pauline Price, and finally Anna Vogley. And once again, please support my Patreon appeal, or you can make a one-off donation using my PayPal page. It really does go a long way towards ingredients and production costs, as every penny pledged goes back into my videos. And whether you've donated or not, thanks again for your wonderful support in watching the channel. Okay, here we go. And as with most sourdough recipes, you need to start by allowing the sourdough yeast to build itself up for a few hours at room temperature after being retarded in the fridge. And I do that by making up what's known as a polish. I normally make mine up the night before doing the recipe. Right, to a bowl add 100 grams, that's 3.5 ounces in weight of water. Try to use bottled or filtered water, as tap water contains chlorine. Now add 100 grams, that's 3.5 ounces of your sourdough starter, and mix it in. Finally, add 100 grams, again that's 3.5 ounces of strong white bread flour. Right, so in the bowl I've got 100 grams of water, 100 grams of your sourdough starter, and 100 grams of bread flour. Now, before you ask in the comments, can you use whole wheat flour to make these? And the answer is yes, but the few times I've tried, they always seem to turn out pretty dense. I find the white bread flour has a much better texture and taste. Right, I've given that a good mix. Now I'll cover the bowl with my trusty shower cap and leave that for at least 8 hours at room temperature. And here I am back, and it's the next morning for me. So let's have a look at how the polish is doing. And as you can see, it's all bubbly and looking very healthy and ready to go. I'll start by adding the lukewarm full cream milk to the polish and give that a good mix. The temperature of the milk is around 40 degrees Celsius, that's 104 Fahrenheit. Next, I'll mix in the flour, salt and bicarbonate of soda, or you may know that as baking soda. The soda in the recipe helps the crumpets rise a little more when they're cooking in the pan. Other recipes I've tried in the past add a teaspoon of sugar at this point, but to be honest, I've never seen any difference in the results by leaving it out of the recipe. But by all means, add some if you wish, it certainly won't do any harm. Okay, that's all thoroughly mixed. Now I'll cover up the bowl with the shower cap once again and let that proof for a couple of hours at room temperature. This time may vary depending on the temperature of your kitchen. But once it's risen, that's it. You don't have to do anything else to it apart from cook the crumpets in the pan. Right, it's a couple of hours later and it's time to start cooking the crumpets. And these are the crumpet rings I'll be using. And the inside diameter of these is 7.5 centimeters, which is 3 inches. And I find this size ideal for homemade crumpets. And the mix in this recipe should yield 14 crumpets at this size. I'll post a link in the description box below and on the recipe page on the website where I bought them. So the crumpet batter doesn't stick to the rings, they have to be greased every time. I found the best way is to have a little bowl with enough vegetable oil to cover the rings. You actually use very little of the oil, and when it's finished, at least 90% of this oil will go back in the bottle. Time to heat up the pan before starting. The surface temperature of the pan should be around 190 degrees Celsius, that's 375 Fahrenheit. Right, the crumpet mix has been proofing for the last 2.5 hours, and looking at it, it looks fit and healthy and bubbly and ready to go. Right, I'm up to temperature, so I'll place the first ring in the pan, shake off any excess oil first, and then I'll fill the ring to half full. Be careful not to go over half full, because the bottom of the crumpet will burn before the top half gets cooked. If you spill any over the sides like I've done, just wait a couple of seconds, then just whip it out with a fork. And so you know how long it takes to do this batch, I'll set the stopwatch away. Temperature is looking good. Each crumpet usually takes about 4 to 5 minutes to cook through on the first side, as long as you don't overfill the rings. Get yourself a conveyor belt going, but remember the ring has to go into the oil every time before filling with the batter. I like to wear an oven mitt on one hand, this makes it easier to get the rings out of the pan and into the oil. Once each one has cooked through to the top, turn it over for a couple of minutes to slightly brown it off. And unless you're used to the heat, don't try to turn them over with your fingers like me. I forget I'm doing it, to be honest. And that's the first one done. I'll quickly go through the rest. Once you get into a routine, it goes quite smoothly actually. I find using 3 rings in rotation for this size pan is easiest, even though there's 4 rings in this set. And there you go, that's it, 14 delicious sourdough crumpets ready to have whichever way you want them, sweet or savoury. And the time it took to cook them was about 30 minutes, but that would go quicker if you have a larger pan. And this is just one way I like to have mine. Some grated mature cheddar with a knob of butter in the middle, a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, and a pinch of sea salt. Now I'll get those into a hot grill for a couple of minutes until all that cheese is nice and bubbly and melted. And that is so delicious. Using this polish method really does add a lot of flavour to bread products. And as you can see, they have the classic crumpet texture. And these sourdough crumpets are very easy to make and they taste absolutely fantastic, and I hope you give them a try, because I know you'll give them the thumbs up too. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. and by doing that he'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.